So having Malik Willis here for a training camp versus just throwing him into the mix last September, what have you guys worked on with him and what have you seen?
Yeah, obviously giving him an opportunity to learn the offense, learn the concepts from the ground up, I think that's super valuable for him. Big thing, just working on his reads with his feet and just making sure he's on time with everything. I think that's the biggest thing as far as throwing with him. And then, just going out there and operating the offense. He's done a pretty good job of that so far.
The easy question would be how far he's come in a year, but he came in last year in 3 weeks and won a game. So I imagine he started at a pretty good place. Like, what is the difference between where he was and now?
Yeah, I think just knowing the offense, the concepts in the passing game, and kind of, when he came in, it was like, all right, what do you like to do? What are your best skill sets? And then we just tried to enhance that when he was in the game. So now it's, all right, just learn it all. And then we can kind of see, what you're comfortable with, the stuff he wasn't really even exposed to when he showed up.
How was Golden grasping the offense? It's been very clear he can make plays.
Yeah, no, he's done a really good job. He reminds me of a lot of the wide receivers from a couple years ago that we had. Just a really hardworking guy, very diligent, doing everything that he can do off the field to just be prepared for practice. And you just really respect his work ethic so far. And I think that's going to go far in allowing him to, just play fast when his opportunity's called.
Which receivers in particular were you talking about there, Steno?
Just like, Christian, Romeo, all those guys when they were young. Yeah, when they came in, they were just really hard workers. He reminds me a lot of them.
Do you have any feel at all for Savion Williams yet? I mean, he missed. I guess he was limited through the offseason. Now he's obviously not a lot yet. Obviously, we got a ways to go, and I'm excited to get him in there. He's made some plays, and you can see he's got a really good skill set. Obviously, his size and speed is pretty impressive. So I think we're just kind of going to be patient, and hopefully we can get him out there soon and just work him in and get him his reps and see what he's all about.
Where do you think Jordan Morgan is at now that he's had a stretch of good health to put some tape on the field?
I like what I'm seeing from Jordan, and he's competing, at the tackle spot and at the guard spot, and he's looking pretty solid. So we're going to have a lot of interesting choices up front, not only with him but with a bunch of guys, because they're all competing really hard and doing a good job. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how this all shakes out for sure.
Steno, now that you've got Elton back, what's kind of the plan for how you want to get Jordan opportunities at those spots to compete? Because the first couple days, I don't think he got to be a left tackle at all.
Yeah, we were kind of limited, with Banks being out and Elton being out. We had to focus him more at guard. But, yeah, we're going to work him in at tackle as much as possible just to get some competition out there on the left side. And then, just see how it goes. But, again, I'm really excited from what he's shown on tape from both positions, guard and tackle.
Other than putting JJ in the ground yesterday, how do you think Sheed has responded?
Good. I mean, he's had a really good camp. There's a lot of stuff we wanted to work with him in the offseason, and you could tell he made a conscious effort to come back, and, he was in great shape. He looked great. He's playing hard, and he's competing, and I think he's doing a really good job. I think he's doing, he's responded well, for sure.
What's the plan with Belton? So he's played a lot of left and right.
You say Belton or Elton? Okay.
What?
Melton.
Oh, Melton.
No,
Belton.
All these, got to get nicknames for these guys.
71.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I know you've had him at tackle, both positions. Is that what you want to continue to do? Do you want to take a look at him at guard at some point?
I think right now we want to keep him at tackle. He's a big guy. I like his feet. He's got a ways to go, but I think he has the ability to play tackle in the NFL. And so we're just going to work him out there and kind of see where it goes from there.
There are a lot of offenses across the league that really feature a tight end as that number one. You have a guy in Tucker, obviously, that might have the ability to kind of do that, but schematically with where you guys are, is this offense kind of set up to allow for that, or do you prefer that to be a perimeter guy that really is more featured?
Yeah, no, I think our offense can feature, pretty much anybody. We have the versatility to do that with kind of how we do things. We kind of like to keep it as even as possible, just so defenses can't really, take something away that you're really relying. You'll be able to have answers for all the things that they can present for you. But yeah, Tux, he's a playmaker. Anytime we can get the ball in his hands, I think good things happen. So, but we do have the ability to, try and feature him if we can.
What do you need to see from Luke Musgrave this camp?
I think with him, obviously, just being out there playing, I'd like him to take a step forward in the run game, and I think he's done a really nice job so far. And then just, his playmaking ability in the passing game. He's got stuff to work on, but again, he's got a great skill set that, I'm really excited to get him out there and just have him and Tucker on the field at the same time. I think that's really going to help us.
Speaking of Luke, what happened yesterday on that play where he looks like he's doing some kind of shallow cross and Jordan throws and it's incomplete and Jordan was doing one of these afterwards? Is that just not seeing the same thing?
Yeah, it was a man zone read and they just weren't on the same page with that. And that's the stuff that happens in camp, when you're putting in these new concepts and things like that. And I think, again, having Musgrave out there with Jordan and just getting them on the same page is going to be very valuable.
Last year we saw Zach Tom, he missed all the time with a really bad injury. He got himself ready to play week 1. He ends up playing 3rd in the all-pro voting at right tackle. With him having a whole healthy off-season, knock on wood, healthy training camp, can he be even better than he's been?
Yeah, I anticipate Zach being a great player for us. He works hard. He's very diligent with how he prepares, getting his body right, studying film and things like that. So. And also being a good leader in the offensive line room. So I'm really excited for Zach, for sure.
What's the challenge for Alton in this transition, or is there really not one?
No, I think the biggest thing, he has experience playing center. So it's just, again, just getting out there with Jordan, making sure he's out there with the O-line, making calls, everyone's on the same page, working combinations with the guards and stuff like that. That's going to be the biggest thing. I'm not worried about, is he ready to play or not or anything like that. It's just basically when you're the center, you just have to make sure everyone's on the same page with the communication and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be big, as he progresses and gets out there more, that we just get on the same page.
Coming off of last year with Malik and heading into year 3, what do you guys want to see from him through these practices and preseason?
Just keep doing what he's doing. He's competing, he's making plays. And just being a consistent wide receiver in the run and pass game. I think that's the biggest thing with him.
Depending on which nerd stat service you look at, you guys were at the top of the league or near the top in max protect last year as far as keeping guys in. Is that something that was, a byproduct of Jordan being a little off as far as the health goes, knee and everything? And would you like to get more guys out in the routes?
Yeah, I think so. I think you always want to get guys out as much as possible. But I think that also speaks in the confidence in your wide receivers as well, that they can get open, So it's kind of a little bit of both worlds. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but.
Steno, on the whole, how do you think your guys have caught the ball after, having some drop issues last year?
Pretty good, yeah. I would say things are going well so far, so thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, no, things are all right. Can always get better though, that's for sure.
Would you like Jordan to run a little bit more? Not like design runs, but like when he's in the pocket.
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime you get an opportunity to escape the pocket or the defense gives you a rush lane to run through, in a drop back pass, I think that's a huge weapon, and Jordan has that ability to make some big plays down the field. So, yeah, and we encourage that for sure.
He made it clear yesterday. He feels so much better, in moving around, and extending play.
Yeah.
And they must just pop off the tape and watch these.
Yeah, no, he definitely is playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I'm excited about that. So, yeah, we just got to keep going, keep improving, and yeah, see how it goes.
Hey, Steno, sorry. The touchdown he threw the other day to Wicks, where there was kind of pressure, and we were talking to him yesterday about that, and since he got here, it seems like that's one of the things he does really well, is those subtle movements in the pocket to create space. Obviously, Aaron did that as well. But how important of a piece of his game is that? Because his sack numbers are, it seems
Yeah.
like he's really good at it.
Yeah, that's one thing, yeah, like you said, he's very good at. And I think his just personality, he's calm in the pocket. He's a calm guy. He's not going to get rattled. He's able to make incredible throws when he's about to get hit. Things like that I think is one of the special things about him as a quarterback. So, yeah, it's impressive to watch, and I think he's shown, so far this camp, his ability to keep that going.
You know, we've spent a lot of time talking about physicality this camp. I'm curious for your guys, especially up front. Was there an off-season feeling of, after the way things went in Philly or the way Detroit plays, we need to be more physical?
Yeah, I think, anytime, you get to those playoffs, you get to that position, however you are, where you're at is going to get exposed. And I think that's one thing we talked about, and one thing, we're going to focus on is making sure we're the most physical football team on the field when we go out there and play. That's going to be a big thing for us. So, yes.
Steno, obviously part of the reason you started Jordan Morgan at right guard last year was because you thought he had the best chance to start there.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Ryan was saying that, he wasn't saying he has the job locked up, but he was saying it's reassuring that they're playing Jordan, at left tackle because it shows some more faith in me at right guard. Have you seen enough from Sean Ryan to say, he's comfortably got that spot, and if so, what?
No, I wouldn't say I've
what
seen
have
enough
you
from,
seen from
yeah.
him there?
I'd say I like what Sean's doing. I'm glad he's getting some center reps as well, just, to work on that position in case he has to go there at some point in the season. But I wouldn't say any of these guys have anything locked up right now. And I think that's one thing that is good about where we're at, because the competitiveness is going to bring out the best in everybody every day. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to shake out up front, but I am excited about just the possibilities and the options that we have for sure.
When is that point where you would like to know how that's going to shake out, just so that you can get ready before the season, week 1?
I like the way we've been. This thing, again, it might go into the season. Like, we've rotated guys. We played Sean and John Runyon. They split reps, things like that, where it's like, if we think these guys are good enough to be starters and we just rotate guys, I'm comfortable with that. I really don't care. So we might have, 6 or 7 guys playing in a game consistently. So, yeah, again, we've got to see how it goes.
We asked Matt a lot of questions after the season about play action, and I know there's different ways to define it, but with as much as you ran out of gun, and with what obviously Jacob's legs would run it too low and stuff, has that been something that you've been trying to kind of this off season and now going to camp, figure out exactly what the best mix is to do, right?
Yeah, I think that's one part of that emphasis, yes, is, coming up with stuff that off our run game and everything like that marries, and also just working on the stuff that maybe Josh needs work on, outside zone or whatever it may be, just getting reps at that to, just move along in that direction too. So it's kind of part of both worlds there on that.